Let's talk today about something deeper than discipline and parenting strategies. Let's talk about why your child acting silly, chaotic, or loud can make you furious, even when you know they're just being a kid. Because it's not just about your child, it's about your shadow and the trickster. I'm Dr. Alena Prikhitska, therapist and researcher. On my channel, you will find videos about emotion regulation, personal growth. Subscribe and share if you feel it helps you. So what is the shadow? In Jungian psychology, the shadow is the part of you that got pushed away, rejected, or shamed. It includes your wildness, your impulsiveness, your selfishness, your chaos, your loud laugh, your ugly cry. So if growing up you were told, be quiet, don't be dramatic, you're too much, then you likely shoved all of that into the shadow to survive. You became good, composed, in control. But the shadow doesn't disappear. It waits. And it gets triggered by other people who embody the things you weren't allowed to be, especially your own children. So what is the trickster? The trickster is an ancient archetype, the inner force of mischief, humor, unpredictability, rebellion. The trickster breaks rules, mocks seriousness, causes chaos, well, for the sake of freedom. You can see it in mythology, fairy tales, and in your toddler pretending to be a farting dinosaur during a quiet dinner. Trickster energy is beautiful. It brings play, creativity, imagination. But if your adult self is clinging to order, control, and peace, then the trickster in your child will feel like an attack. So why you feel so triggered by your kid acting crazy? When your child jumps on the couch, talks nonsense, giggles for no reason, makes loud sounds over and over, you may not just feel annoyed, you might feel rage or shame or like you're going to lose your mind. So here's why. Your child is activating your shadow. They're showing parts of you that you weren't allowed to express. That silly, loud, out of control little version of you, you had to bury her. And now she's back and it hurts to see her so free. Your child is becoming the trickster. They challenge structure. They invite you into chaos. And your nervous system, trained for control, sees that as danger. So you react. You snap. You say something that makes you feel guilty later. Well, not because you're a bad parent, but because your inner system got hijacked. What you can do instead without suppressing them or yourself. So first of all, number one, name the archetypes. When you feel triggered, say in your mind or out loud, this is my shadow. This is the trickster in my child and in me. Naming the parts softens their power. It brings you back into your adult self. Number two, ask, what was I not allowed to be? Take a breath and reflect. Did anyone let me be loud, silly, nonsensical? If the answer is no, then your anger is not just about today. It's old grief. It's masquerading as parenting. Number three, reclaim the exiled part. Even just 10 seconds of play can change your nervous system. Make a silly face back. Let yourself giggle. Join the chaos. Just for a breath. This is not giving in. It's telling your body, this isn't danger. This is life. Number four, hold space for yourself after. Later, when you're alone, ask yourself, what scared me about that moment? Was it really about noise or about losing control? Was I trying to parent my child or silence my inner child? You'll start to see a new pattern. Your child's behavior is not a threat. It's an invitation to heal. You don't need to be perfect. But when you understand the shadow and the trickster, you stop fighting ghosts. Your child is not trying to drive you crazy. They're showing you the part of yourself that still wants to laugh, play, break the rules, and be loved anyway. That's not disobedience. That's wholeness. And if you can meet that part of yourself, even for a second, your child will feel it too. That's where real connection begins. And another thing you can do is think about adult games that you are not playing. Of course, some of the games our children play are interesting for them, but are not interesting for us. However, as adults, we continue to play games, and maybe there are some games you would like to play, but you're avoiding them. Just think about it, fantasize what you'd like to do that is not about control, that is about playfulness, curiosity, impulse, and think how you can do it, how you can add it to your at least monthly routine. I am telling you this story from my personal experience. When I realized that my child, with his naughty behavior, triggers my trickster, it completely changed the whole picture. I remember this moment vividly when I realized that everything I'm angry about is actually not about him, but it's about me. It's about something in myself that I'm either not choosing, or I did not allow myself, or I repress in myself. I stopped being frustrated with silly noises or some strange jokes. I started being curious. So with kids, the best way when you're feeling you're becoming angry is to try to understand what they trigger in you, and then take a researcher stance. Imagine that you're a researcher. Sometimes it helps even to imagine that it's not your own child, so as if you are observing them, trying to understand what are they telling you. And when you start doing it, your anger will 100% go down. I'm Dr. Alena Prikhitska, and for the last several decades, I've been working as a researcher and a therapist with emotion regulation of anxiety, anger, parenting, personality disorders. So on my channel, I am recording videos based on my experience, what I learned myself, what I learned from my clients and from my students. So I hope you enjoyed, and please subscribe, share.